Hello, YouTube. Hey, how are you? So, if you're good, please hit the like button. Let me know that you're good. Um, so I just wanted to tell you about my day, kind of my situation for my last video upload. So last video was about me leaving early Amazon so I can knock doors, and I was able to sell two jobs. Well, no, just one job. The other one is still on the fence. Well, not on the fence. It's scheduled, but for later April 1st. And so, um, which brings me to the business, a window cleaning business. So I have actually two other people that are scheduled on April 1st from last year that I did there. I cleaned their windows last year and they wanted to get their windows cleaned again this year on April 1st because that's the beginning of spring. Um, and so without knowing that, I scheduled another person who actually the lady um, that I sold her I tried to sell her. She said she's gonna text me and let me know what day works for her. She wanted it done in April 1st. That's a long way from now. Um, so that's not good. Um, because I gave her a huge discount, and she bargained with me. So she wanted the inside and outside windows of all the windows cleaned, and I gave her a price $3.99 for the outside, $2.99 for the inside, and she wanted everything. She wanted inside and out done for 500. So she 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 bargained with me and she gave me a huge low price. And I said, yeah, that's fine. Because I was trying to fill my schedule. I gave her a freaking low price in order to do it like the next day to fill my schedule. And then I said yes. And then later she tells me, no, that tomorrow won't work. I'll text you. So now I'm not even filling my schedule. So uh, it's a piece of trash, like the job, because it's inside and out. The outside will probably take 5 hours. Inside probably 4 or 5 hours. So that's the job is 10 hours, $500, which is not bad, but it's not the greatest either. But it's not. I didn't lose money on the sale, so I wasn't too mad. But it's still on the schedule. Haven't done it yet. So, but the other one I did complete it, and I got paid very nicely. Got tipped. So the job was for, if I can remember, I think it was $3.99. The outside, $3.99 for the outside, but they ended up paying me an extra $60, uh, if I can recall. So an extra tip, and so that was my last video. Now, um, right now I actually sold. See, sold two more in the same neighborhood. I sold. See, I sold. Oh yeah, I remember now. It was in nearby. I actually sold two jobs and didn't in the same day, it was a Saturday, I sold one guy, was able to sell him one day, and then I sold him for the next day. He said yes. It was for outside cleaning, and he said he cleaned the windows in fall a couple months back, like and he said the price that I gave him was not good, $399. So I said $299. He said no, and then I said okay, maybe $279, $275, and then he said sounds good. He said yes for that, because he already did it in fall, so his windows are in pretty good shape. And he said yes, and so I scheduled for the day after, which was a Saturday. I came in and did the job, and then his next door neighbor, or the neighbor across the street, saw me cleaning the windows, and she said, "Can you give me a price?" So I went there, count all her windows, and gave her a price, $499. She said yes, and I ended up doing cleaning her windows. It was yeah. I ended up cleaning her windows, but I called my worker because I called him earlier for the first job. He said he had to pick up his son and he couldn't make it, so I did that job. So he was available around 2:30. So I called him for the second job. He came and cleaned the windows. The thing with that second job was the whole place didn't have any screens. And to be fair, that guy didn't do a good job. I mean, they were complaining, and the homeowners were complaining. And but we finished the job. So in on Saturday I did two jobs. I paid the guy that worked for me, and but I did two jobs. It was a good day. And then earlier today, not today, earlier this week. So after Saturday, I think it was Monday. Yesterday, I sold two jobs. I didn't do any window cleaning on Monday, but I was able to sell two jobs for today. I did the first job by myself, because my worker was nowhere to be found. I tried to call him. His phone said that he had no minutes. And for the first job, I did it myself. Then, when I was about to do the second job at 2 p.m., he texted me saying, "Do you have work?" So I was in a tight spot. I didn't know if I was gonna complete it. I kind of knew maybe I was gonna complete. I think I would have done well. So the first job, I was done by 2. So I was at this 2:30. So I was at the second job by like 2:45. Actually, before I did the first job, I also had to go to. I already told you about this. I had to go to American Van to take all my shelves out. As you can see, my the remnants of my shelves here. I took all my shelves out, and that took me up to. So that made I couldn't start the first job till 10 a.m. and then I was done with the first job by 2:30 maybe. So, but I wasn't completely done because I didn't clean the basement windows, and I had to clean the inside of the front door glass as well on the top. So I have to clean on the inside tomorrow, and then I also have a bunch of screens that I want to fix for the lady, and for these screens, she's paying me an extra $170. So on top of the $349 for the cleaning of the windows, total is gonna be almost $500. Second job that I had today, what I sold it for $4.99. So I started the job at 3, and then I had the guy come, my worker, the cleaner, come to that job, meet me, and I helped him remove all the screens. So I removed all the screens for him, and then I asked him to clean the screens. I want him to be more independent and self sufficient, and without having me help him all the time, because I can go and knock doors and make use of that time. So I removed all the screens. It took me about 2 hours because I was done with removing the screens by like 5 p.m., maybe a little bit after 5 p.m., but I started like 3. So 2 hours to remove the screens, and then he was just cleaning the windows with the water fed pole. And so I at 5 p.m. I went door knocking, and then I came back once at like 6 just to make sure how he's doing good or not. Um, he wasn't that far. Like he was not very fast. He was very slow. And then before 7, because 7 it starts like 7 to 8, 7:30 is when it starts getting dark. But I told the homeowner would we wrap up by 7, so I came back before 7, and he's not even halfway. And then comes to find out he hadn't had any rest the previous night, and he didn't have any rest, so he didn't get any sleep. He told me he was at a different job that was 4-hour drives from here, and he texted me whether I got a job without getting any rest from the other job. So he came to the job that I had for him very exhausted, and he was very slow, not doing a good job. And so not only did he do a bad job on Saturday, he did a really, really bad job today. And it makes me, regret ever hiring him. I know I could have done better. Like, I know if I were to do it myself, I couldn't be knocking doors. But I know I can do better. But because I've been doing it for a year, I'm wondering, like, if I were to do it myself, if I did it myself, the second job, if I were to be able, if maybe I would have finished it. And if I did finish it, just an FYI here, if I did finish it, I would have made almost $1,000 today. Well, the first job I didn't finish that one, but uh, if I did, say if I did finish it, well, I'm gonna finish it tomorrow, the first job. But if I did finish the second job, uh, because sometimes I have to hustle, and I do, because I know to me, the business is worth so much that I'm gonna do everything I can to speed up to finish, to finish the job. But the worker, doesn't have the same amount of zest, the same amount of drive as I have, because I know how much it's worth to me. So I regret not doing it myself. Even though I know I should be knocking doors to fill the schedule up. But so being in business, I just want to say that it's like either like you're in a grinder, a meat grinder. You're like you're being ground, because it's like you're in between a rock and a hard place. You don't know whether to go right or left. And then it's almost like uh, a comparison. It's like being tied to a horse and being dragged on the floor behind the horse while the horse is running. It's like you're going. 60 mile an hour, and you don't know, like, you're confused. It can't keep up. So that's what business is like. There's all bunch of like a bunch of things you got to do, but you can't keep up, and so oftentimes you're I'm forced to um, leave things undone, underperform. Oftentimes you're forced to underperform, even though you know you should do better, and you're not able to. That's what business is like. Running a business, oftentimes it hurts. Elon Musk said that running a business is like chewing glass and looking into the distance when you're in the tunnel to see the horizon, to see if there's an end to the tunnel. I can kind of feel that a little bit, not to the same scale, of course, but and I'm not going into debt for the business, but um, I had a great plan today. I sold 2 jobs yesterday in a great area. I was expecting to make $800. Somehow I upsold the screen repair. So all in all, I would have made almost $1,000 for it today. Actually, in reality, I didn't make anything because I didn't get paid and didn't finish either jobs. Um, but tomorrow, once I finish both jobs, just have to do a few things for both jobs. Once I finish both jobs, I'm gonna get paid well, like almost 1,000. Then I'm also gonna pay. I'm not gonna have my worker come back because he coming to work like without any sleep and doing a terrible job. That makes me not want him to finish the job. And also, he told me the reason why he um, messaged me and reached out to me was because he saw on the app that I gave him access to that I had 2 jobs today, and he wanted a piece for himself. He became greedy, and he wanted like make a mission on that. So that's why he contacted me without any sleep. Of course, you need sleep. You need to be at your 100%. He knew that, but he was at 100%. He kept saying sorry, sorry, like that wasn't gonna do anything. But yeah, that's not gonna do anything. So didn't want him to come back tomorrow to finish the job. I'll finish it myself. Um, the so it's been really rough with the changes to my van because I took all the shelves out, and then so now I have to kind of figure out how to put all my stuff back into the van without the shelves, which I'm just gonna put it on the mat, and then I'm gonna use bungee ties, bungee ropes to tie everything in place so that when I'm driving it doesn't move around. Um, and then I have to repair the screens before going to bed here. And it's like 10 p.m. right now, so worked from basically mm, basically I left at like 6 a.m. to get to the appointment for American Van. So now it's almost 10. So I worked from 6 till 10 p.m. 6 a.m. Till 10 p.m. That's like 16 hours. And I didn't make any money. Like there's no money. I did pay 336 for the the van American Van. I did pay 336, but with the job, I didn't make any income. So that's what business is like. Sometimes you have to work without any income. It's very unlike a job. Job, you work, you get paid. But with the business, sometimes you have to be in the hole just to survive, just to get the chance to make money. And like I said, tomorrow will be a brighter day. I will get paid tomorrow, but today it feels like I am underneath something heavy something. Um, if you watched up to this point, thank you so much. I had to share something. I was in a very bad. I am in a very bad situation. And but like I always say, do the hard thing, um, especially when you don't feel like it. So whether it's in business or physical exercise. By the way, I'm not getting any exercises, but I'm getting plenty of work though. So